What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got some nice little entertaining duels for you guys to check out. First duel is going to have two, I guess, mildly competitive decks. ABC would probably say that they're more competitive, although I don't know about Photon Thrasher, man. I kind of get that gold gadget is kind of standard, but if you run Photon Thrasher and gold and silver gadget, you kind of run into the problem where you have too many monsters in hand and not really enough like other spells and traps, and that can be a problem. Anyways, Ritual Beasts are up first. Ritual Beasts are, I mean, they kind of need more support. Their Link monster was a little underwhelming. It's okay for what it is, but it's not like the greatest thing. Ritual Beasts do get Ultimate Counterhawk going turn 1. Use the Brain Research Lab to get an additional summon, which was actually kind of nice. Ritual Beasts are just, you know, oddly enough, psychic, so they can take advantage of it, a la Emergency Teleport, which is obviously kind of cool. Teleport is limited, so maybe that's why that's not as consistent. But anyways, you can see that the pluses are going to start adding up to get the Ritual Beast steeds. It would have been better if the Ritual Beast player didn't have the copy of Terraforming. Honestly, I think that setting this is okay. I think the plan is just, you know, pray to God that you don't get evenly matched or that your opponent doesn't summon Denko and hope for the best. Just set that Terraforming as a bluff, making it so your opponent has to think twice, but then your opponent can always do this. And why there aren't a lot of decks in the meta that are playing Exciton Knight, it is obviously something that is a threat. So oh goodness, has to use the Ritual Beast Steeds, loses everything. Now the Winda is going to activate, getting him another copy of the Ultimate Falcos, and it's cool, but it's getting shut down by the Solemn Strike. The thing is, it's honestly not really going to matter all that much. He's going to press on a couple of attacks, and then he's actually just going to fuse in the battle phase. And it turns out that 1500 actually helped him OTK, because he goes into the ulti Gaia Apelio, and this thing is over 3000 attack. Keep in mind that 500 attack from the Apelio goes for every single Ritual Beast monster. So he actually got, what, an additional 1500 out of that. And then when his opponent used 1500 on the strike, it was kind of like he just got a, you know, a free 3000 damage just kind of out of nowhere, which is where this OTK came from. So yeah, his opponent stuck with way too many monsters again. That's why if you're playing ABC, you can't afford to run so many monsters. Otherwise, you're not going to have that much defense, and your opponent might just do that. Hey, spend every card on an OTK, but as long as it works, it's all good in the hood. Second duel is Lightsworn versus Sky Striker, and you guys can complain all you want. I give you this one. I don't think the Sky Striker player knew what he was doing. I do not claim to be a Sky Striker expert in the slightest, but I at least understand basic Sky Striker stuff. To me personally, what he was doing is okay. I just don't understand, if you're going to activate the area 0, why not just like set Twin Twister and try to get like a free card? Because the Twin Twister is not going to do anything in your hand. You're going to see he's going to set Widow Anchor, he's going to set Eagle Booster. Usually I kind of get it. You feel really safe with Eagle Booster if you're playing like Sky Striker. You're like, man, no one can kill me through an Eagle Booster. I'm too safe of a card. But I mean, what is the Twin Twister doing in your hand? And you never want to discard, obviously, like Mobilize Engage. So it's like, why not just go ahead and get the Twin Twister in the graveyard potentially? Well, I mean, he would have only had 2 spells, but let's see what's on top of his deck to see what he would have gotten if he would have used the area 0. Oh, you know what? He was going to get something good. He was going to get a Hornet Drones. Probably don't take that. A second copy of Widow Anchor. Maybe take that. Or he could have gotten a Mobilize Engage, which if he activates this Mobilize Engage and gets Twin Twister in the graveyard, when he activates this one, he'll get the draw card. So yeah, that definitely would have been the play. And again, I'm not even like, you know, I don't even play Sky Strikers, but that's what I would have done. Anyways, let's see exactly if the if the Lightsworn deck is going to be able to press through. He uses his Widow Anchor extremely early, I guess, on Goblin Bird, just making sure his opponent doesn't get to summon off of that. But, you know, Lightsworn, dude, they have the ability to sack, and he gets double Wolf off the top of the charge. That is no good, especially when he follows that up with a free Felis, and he gets a draw of World Legacy Succession. And at this point, I was like, oh, Uh-oh, could he maybe get OTK'd here? Because that would not be too good. Gonna go for sorry, you just Scourge Red, and he gets the draw, fix his hand potentially. And when, you know, the white and black dragons, the baby dragons are so incredibly popular that everybody's kind of playing them. He's dropping Judgment Dragon, and he's actually going to use the Guard Dragon stuff, which is actually kind of insane. Goes for Borswar Dragon, which is pretty much the card that just green lights OTKs, brings back his copy of Red Eyes, and you know what? Did he actually? What happened to the Eagle Booster? Why did I guess he noticed that he didn't have 3 spells in the graveyard, so he doesn't get the battle protection. So he's like, oh snap, there's no point of using it. He is going to try to block some attacks, especially with the Kaina, stopping Borosword from attacking, but it actually like doesn't matter. His opponent still OTKs him, even without the Borosword Dragon getting the additional attack. And that was just unfortunate. You know what, I'm looking at it in hindsight. There were so many different things that he could have done. Didn't he not even go? I just realized, did he not go into Shizuku during the end phase? Because like when he ended his turn, he had Mobilize Engage and like Twin Twisters in his hand. And I just realized, like, wait a minute, shouldn't he have just went Shizuku and got a free, you know, like I don't know, like a free a Sky Striker card to his hand, whether it be even something just random like a Shark Cannon, that would have helped. But clearly this guy is super new to the Sky Striker deck. If not, he probably would have played this a lot better. But them be the breaks for new Sky Striker players. They play against other decks and get bodied, because that just seems to be the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed those short duels. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.